We do train teachers on different conservation topics, and once we train the teachers on these topics, they do work with the students to implement conservation projects in the communities around the same topics we have trained them on. One of the topics we have trained teachers on in the recent past is waste management. We have trained teachers on how they can reduce, reuse, and recycle waste in the communities where they come from. And today we are going to look at some of the students working on using plastic waste bottles to make a waste bin. Today, like I said, we are going to be making a waste bin. And when they are making a waste bin, they use different materials. These include the plastic waste bottles, which are collected around the communities. Then medium-sized wires, which are relatively big, and they are used to make the base of the plastic waste bin. Then they also use small-sized wires, which are tied around the medium-sized wire to now determine the height of the plastic waste bin. So once these are tied on the medium-sized wire, the bottles are then drilled and inserted into the small-sized wire, and then they insert several bottles depending on the size, one by one, and once all the bottles have been inserted, that makes the first level of the plastic waste bin. So once all the bottles have been inserted to make the first level, then a medium-sized wire is put again at the top of these bottles, and it has to be the same size as the diameter, or the same diameter the one at the base. This is meant to reinforce and keep shape of the waste bin. So after every level, they put this medium-sized wire for that purpose. So when that is done, then more bottles are inserted in the same vertical wires as the ones that started the base. So they are now going to start at the second level. Now the three levels are complete, and we are now going to the base, and that will be the final level, the final stage of the waste bin. At the base, horizontal wires are inserted at the other medium-sized wire, and that will actually make the base. Once the small-sized wire is inserted, then flattened bottles are inserted in a horizontal way. So he's now inserting the flattened water bottle, plastic bottle. So several bottles are inserted as well, maybe 2 or 3 depending on the size. But you have to ensure that they are flattened first. The bin is now complete, the base is all well done, and now the bin is ready for use. Yes. Ah.